it's Betsy from Cuttin Corners Vinyl in Nederland, Texas, and today's the 15th, so you know what that means. We are doing our Patreon kit tutorial. Now, if you're not familiar with what this is, typically it is a shirt. So every month through Patreon, we have 3 different levels. We have the $4 a month, which gets you access to these SVGs and several of the other for personal use only, plus an entry into the scrap box. The $10 level, which gets you commercial access to all of the SVGs and also into the scrap box drawing. And then last but not least is the $45 a month level, which is the kit level. So you get access to all the commercial use SVGs as well as the scrap box drawing, and we also ship out of kit. So for the kit for April 2021, we are using the Heather Cantaloupe shirt by TSC. This is a unisex crew neck shirt. Isn't that a beautiful color? Because we're coming up on summer. Typically the SVGs are for the month after, so that way like this stuff deals with May, because well, that's what works for, you know, that way you have time to put things together. So we have emerald green, bright pink, wisteria, Tiffany blue, and black. So those are the 5 colors that you're gonna get this month, plus the shirt for the kit. So if you'll give me a moment to change the camera angle, we will go over how to make this shirt. You can see I am on my Patreon page, which is www.patreon.com/BetsyGocher, and you'll go to the April 2021 Patreon SVGs. So as you can see, there are 5 different ones. We've got Chili Pepper, Cinco, Dear Parents, Mama, and Mom Life. And again, these are available at all levels, so I'll show you each of the SVGs. There's the Cinco de Mayo. Then we have a Chili Pepper, Mom Life, Dear Parents, Tag You're It, and Mama. So I think we're going to use the Dear Parents SVG today. So now I'm going to go down to Cricut Design Space, click Upload, Upload Image, Browse. Now these will all be in your Downloads folder if you're using a PC. And I'm going to choose the Dear Parents file and click Open. There we go. And click Upload, because this uses a lot of colors, which definitely makes me happy. So there we go. Grab that. Insert image. There we go. So let's change the size of this down to 10.5. Okay. Now let's ungroup it. So the Dear Parents, let's weld that together. Okay, and let's go ahead and grab this little comma right there and weld this. And then let's go ahead and do the same thing. Weld that. Weld. There we go. So now we've got our 2 lines of purple together and welded. There we go. Now I'm going to select the 3 layers of pink. There we go. So there's a lot more pink. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our Tiffany blue layer. And go ahead and weld all that. There we go. And make it where we can't see that layer now. And the reason why I'm showing you these steps is so that way you know how to do it. Like, that way you can do it yourself. If you're designing something, you'll know how to weld things together, which is an important thing. I mean, you actually do need to know this. Because see how that simplifies things? And with Cricut, it will move things around if you don't. Now, I know with like Brother Scan and Cut and Silhouette, it will not. Okay, so let's cancel that because I want to make sure all the other colors are seen. And there we go. Now let's click on Make It. So we're going to go ahead and mirror. Mirror. And mirror. Okay, now we're going to click Continue. And we're going to choose Everyday Iron-On because these are Thermoflex Plus colors. Now I'm going to send it to cut, and if you'll give me a moment, we'll change the camera angle and show you how to put this together. So as you can see, I have my vinyl laid out. I've already started weeding some, but I figured today would be a good chance to test out the Dollar Tree picks as well to see how they work. See if they're worth anything, you know, because who doesn't want to save money? I mean, so far it does feel the point on them sharp enough to weed the way that I like. The plasticky body does feel a bit flimsy in comparison to what I am used to and what I like, but I mean, so far so good. And you get 2 of them for $1, so you know that always helps. You know, you got a ball on a budget. There we go. So there is one line. I just thought this was a super cute design. I mean, and there are other cute designs too for the month. It's just this one really spoke to my soul. And plus, I know the Cinco de Mayo stuff is in like red and green and black. You can change it. And that's part of what I wanted to show y'all. Just because I designed something in one set of colors doesn't mean you have to use those specific colors. You know what I mean? It's like if you're watching a makeup tutorial and you see someone doing like a really cool eye look that you like, but you are not a fan of blues. You can change it to be colors that you do like. Okay, there we go. Now we got one more piece. Now the heat press is preheated to 330 degrees because that is recommended for Thermoflex Plus, just in case you're wondering. So let's go ahead and get all of this weeded. So many little pieces, but that's what you get for doing leopard print. But leopard print is always so popular, you know. Animal prints in general are huge right now, which I think is fun because I love leopard print, I love zebra print, I love snake skin. I remember like one of my first concerts I went to, like when I was younger, was I went and saw Kid Rock and who else? It was Kid Rock and Fuel and Buck Cherry. I was like 16, I think. It was a great concert. But for that concert, I wore silver snakeskin boots and they were awesome. So I always, you know, recommend finding like an off-the-wall accessory and then go from there, because you can be plain everywhere else. But yeah, it was so fun. To be young and a teenager again. There are certain things that were good about it, certain things that were definitely weren't. There we go. And now we're on to our last one. So I do like how these tools work, especially for the price. They're very affordable if you are looking for a good weeding tool. Because they're affordable enough that if they like lose their sharpness, you can go buy a set more. Now I do prefer, there are two different thicknesses of points. I prefer the one like this that's a little bit thicker. I think it, I think it would last longer because the one that's a little bit thinner is thin. You know what I mean? There we go. So now we got all three colors weeded. Let's go ahead and lay those to the side and move our little thing that I use to weed on. So I have my cantaloupe shirt loaded onto the press. Pull it with the collar off and the sleeves are off equally on both sides. So you can kind of see what I mean, how the seams are off. Okay. Now we're going to take the t-shirt guide, lay that out at the top. And we're going to start with the pink layer. Fold it in half so we find our center point. There we go. And I'm lining it up with nothing on the actual ruler itself. And I have a reason for that because I want to have space for the lettering. Okay, got a piece of vinyl stuck. So let's cover. There we go. And we're gonna heat this, but we're not gonna heat this for the full 15 seconds. Whenever you're doing multicolored layers like this, you only need to go for about 5 to 7 seconds. You want it to be stuck, but not where it changes shape. The more it gets hot, the more vinyl will stretch. So this definitely will help. Okay. Now we're just going to lay out our vinyl, the Tiffany blue layer. There we go. I really, really like how that looks. Now we're going to again cover. There we go. Again for about 5 to 7 seconds. Remove the cover piece. There we go. See how cute this looks? It's very 90s, which I think is kind of the thing now. We all know 90s are in. Why anybody wants to go back to that, I'm not sure, but you know, it is what it is. Now we're going to cover again, and this time we're going to go for the full 15 seconds. Now there are certain things about the 90s that I do love. Comfortable shoes is one of them. Like platform and box heels and lug soles that were nice and rubbery make heels much easier to walk in. Y'all know what I mean? So those I definitely like. Okay, now we're gonna remove the clear plastic off of the wisteria. And then one thing I always do, and if you watch my videos and see me do t-shirts, I always recover one more time. But yeah, comfortable shoes. That I'm looking forward to. Because I've seen some brands come back, like I've gotten ads for Chinese laundry and stuff like that, which I haven't seen in forever. But I always repress this for the full 15 seconds. Very easy to do. And now it is done. So look how good that looks. So if you'll give me a moment to change the camera angle, we'll go over everything we just did. Look how absolutely adorable this shirt came out. Now it does look more vibrant in person. Sometimes these lights that we use to make us look better can wash out things, but isn't that just precious? So remember, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button right down below, and if you hit the notification bell icon next to it, that will notify you when I post new videos, which should be every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I've been off for the past couple of weeks because we've been dealing with some stuff, but things are settling down. So I guess that's it. We'll see y'all later. Bye.